What screams I want attention? When people unnecessarily loudly discuss things that are prone to catch attention, like the color of their underwear, their date last night, their favorite sex position, etc. I'm a bartender. This one day, this couple comes in. The girl was nice, but the guy was a douche. Didn't like the policy of needing to show ID with his credit card, and then just was passive aggressive towards me for most of the day, not tipping either. And then at some point, as they're carrying out their conversation, completely inaudible, I walk by them to get something from behind the bar close to where they were sitting. All of a sudden I hear him loudly say, as part of their conversation, "Well, what can I say? I like sex." Followed by a long, awkward pause. I refused to look over. I knew he wanted me to react. I just went about my job acting like I didn't even hear it. Accidentally took this pic. And posing with hours worth of makeup applied, plus an Instagram filter. Just woke up XD. Might delete later. People posting online about how good they are to others. Actually, generous people will draw as little attention to what they do as possible. If they give money to a homeless person, they tell everyone about it. When my class was in DC, there were these two people that told the entire class when they gave money to one homeless person each. When this other kid in my class gave money to almost every homeless person he saw, and even gave his food to one of them, he didn't tell anyone about it. I only knew because I saw him do this, and I don't think many other people did. That's because they don't want to look like the other people. Actually, generous people are aware of how people try to fake being generous and want to avoid being associated with those people. Those posts about how going to an impoverished area/country and volunteering, followed by the "I thought I was teaching them, but they ended up teaching me." I hate this. A bunch of girls from my school went to Guatemala for a school trip to volunteer and help out. The amount they posted on social media was insane. They all acted like they were heroes, posting Instagram pictures with the children and stuff like that. Literally the second they got back, they all talked about how hot, boring, and gross it was. The arrogance of people who have no skills but go abroad to volunteer and help out. Do you really think people in Guatemala don't know which end of a shovel goes in the ground, Caitlin? What added value are you providing here exactly? You think Guatemala has a shortage of people who are able to put a sapling in the ground and pull out weeds? Playing music in public without using headphones. Driving slowly through a parking lot, windows down, blaring music. Absolutely hate it when I see a guy in the parking lot, circling, screaming, "I don't give a fuck," with his windows down and his system up. I wonder if he put one of those fingers on each hand up. Always diverting the conversation upon yourself. Once the topic is something unrelated to you, you change the subject to something that's about you. My mom does this all the time. Gets turned around in her story and will literally end asking, "How did we get started talking about this?" You started talking about this. A small child usually. I haven't seen too many adults scream, but I guess it's not impossible. I haven't seen too many adults scream. Found the person who never worked in retail. Karen is demanding to speak to the manager. People talking loudly on their phones in public places. Look how busy I am. I couldn't even make this phone call any other time than right now. At Target. In the checkout line. On speakerphone 9 hour right. I'm just so busy. I'd say less that they want attention and more that they just have no notion that anyone else in the world matters. Lying about yourself to make you look more impressive. That's mostly insecurity, I think. Source: I used to do this a lot back when I was cripplingly insecure. Facial tattoos. And BTW, why do you look so pissed that I'm staring at your tattoos, my dude? You're the one that put text on your jaw. I'm just reading public signage. There's a guy here in my area that has so many facial tattoos. He even shaved off his eyebrows and tattooed the city name in their place in text that's shaped to simulate eyebrows. Then he mugs anyone who looks at him in public for longer than 0.5 seconds. Yes, that's what gets me. They're just begging for attention, and them seem pissed when it's not the kind they want. Constantly finding excuses to be victimized when your life is more privileged than anyone else around you. I know a girl in my class who does this. Says her life is so hard when her mom and dad are rich and spend time with her, has lots of friends, and has about 10 dudes who openly have crushes on her. Doesn't do any sports or after school clubs. She has been spoiled her entire life, and when anything is her fault she is the victim no matter what. Instagram. I was browsing the other day and an ad popped up that let people purchase likes in bundles of 50, 100, 500 etc. That's genius. I mean, you are an idiot if you buy that, but it's genius to realize there are enough idiots out there who will buy that. Well, most Insta models out there get ad contracts and public attention based on the number of followers they have and the number of likes their posts garner. I know this because I was involved in this likes and follower selling business during my bachelor's. Cars with super loud exhausts. As someone who had a car with a super loud exhaust, I didn't care for the attention. In fact, I hated it. I hated people who came up to me and talked to me about my car when all I wanted to do was take it down the drag strip and get my timed trial runs. Long story short, I loved the sound of the loud exhaust. It was music to my ears. But the attention it gave me made me get a full custom exhaust that had a good sound. Performance was still there, but was quieter. However, kids with 1993 Honda Civics with fart cans is definitely attention seekers. I despise super loud exhaust. There are a bunch of assholes in my neighborhood who rev by my house at all hours of the night. I'm not yet 30, but they are turning me into a grumpy old fogey who wants to stand on my porch in a robe, shaking my fist at them. My kids and I need sleep, goddammit. No one talk to me. I'm so sad, and when you ask them what's wrong, they're like, none of your business. I'm quitting Facebook/Instagram/Twitter messages or cryptic status messages on either of these platforms announcing they are frustrated with something. I have someone on my Snapchat who regularly posts that she's going to purge everyone unless you say otherwise. I have never said otherwise and have also never been purged, so. Vagabooking. I have never heard that term, but it is perfect. What is it? An intentionally vague Facebook status update that prompts friends to ask what's going on, or is possibly a cry for help. There is girl in my mom group that's thinking about having a fourth baby. She regularly tells me that her and her husband can barely afford the 3 they have. Constant borrowing money from family, massive credit card debt. She says she misses having a baby. Her youngest is 2. She's misses being pregnant and having everyone fawn over her and her newborn. She should look into surrogacy then. Gets paid to be pregnant and doesn't keep the baby. It's a win-win. If she's broke and getting pregnant for retention, it's unlikely she takes great care herself or is very responsible. Probably not the type of person most people would choose to be a surrogate. Having a deliberately unpopular opinion about insert popular thing here for the sake of having an unpopular opinion, not because you actually dislike said insert popular thing here. Water is an overrated beverage. /r/Hydra homies. Fight me. People who delete all their posts on Instagram, saying that they will quit, and removing their profile picture. They usually come back within 2 to 3 days. They don't even delete, they just archive for when they come back, lol. Getting pouty when everyone's attention isn't on you. Like, dude, there's at least 3 other people here. Not everyone wants to hear your ill-timed and weirdly inappropriate jokes and learn about MTG. Learn to hold a effing conversation. I read that as getting poultry and thought you were going to say something about part-time vegans. Magic the Gathering for anyone else like me. Felt cute, might delete later. This has become such a meme with animals that it's cute. Having said that, I have never seen a human do it without irony involved. I've seen this used sarcastically so many times that I'm not sure if it ever really was a thing people did unironically. Posting everything they do in a day every single day on Insta or Facebook. Imagine actually thinking that anyone cares that you just bought orange juice. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe.